I am so excited. As you can see, we have a number of faces joining me on this amazing segment. This is the month of April, is actually Stress Awareness Month, and I thought it was just the perfect topic because it's such an important topic to talk about. I'm going to go through and introduce everybody with me that's joining us this evening on the Zoom. And again, feel free to put some notes in the chat, questions in the chat. I will try and scroll through when I can. It's hard sometimes when I have my slides up to see, but I will absolutely do my best. Texas, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Buffalo, fantastic. I am going to go ahead and do a screen share here. So we are in Q2 of the year, and we are doing this segment on product knowledge. This, again, is Stress Awareness Month. My name is Tamara Weinstein. I'm actually the Director of Sales and Continued Education for Health and Nutrition at marketamericashop.com. I'm a physical therapist, a board-certified clinical nutritionist. I've been in practice for a very many number of years. My practice is action physical therapy and wellness. I am clinical faculty at New York Medical College. And I was introduced to this company 17 years ago through their amazing health and nutrition products. And they really impressed me. And I'm going to go through a little of information as to why they impressed me so much, but they really did deliver. And when my patients started coming back and saying, "Thank you, Tamara, I appreciate you steering me in the right direction," I knew I had something special. So I started working with the Nutrimetrics division of this company and became a certified Nutrimetrics trainer and a Market America field product specialist, being out in the field training on these amazing products. And so here I am 17 years later, because these products truly do deliver and really make an impact to help support our body and our body systems. I am joined this evening by 5 amazing and wonderful health practitioners that we get to work with this company and the Nutrimetrics division of this company for health professionals. I would just like to introduce first Dr. Laura Hamilton. She's a board-certified family practice physician. She's been in practice for almost 40 years. Her specialty is concierge medicine, with a concentration on wellness and prevention. And I think you're going to hear that similar theme as I go through and introduce each of these practitioners. She develops individualized, customized programs for each patient depending on their needs, and she uses science-based supplementation, nutrition education, genetic testing. She's been working with this company and with Nutrimetrics for over 15 years, and she was introduced through our Transitions Lifestyle program, and that was the component that brought her in. We're going to swing back around and talk a little bit about living that healthy lifestyle shortly, but thank you, Dr. Laura, for joining us. Next, we have Dr. Penny. Dr. Penny is an integrative nurse practitioner. She's the owner of Low Country Wellness Center down in Charleston, South Carolina. She uses a whole body approach to treating her patients as well. I think, again, you'll see that as the theme, right? So in addition to the Low Country Wellness Center, she also owns the Peace Center for Healing, where she practices energy medicine. Also very passionate about helping her patients achieve their optimal health and wellness. She's been working with this company and Nutrimetrics health professional since 2018, and married for 28 years with 3 daughters and 2 grandchildren. And her oldest daughter also works with her with this company. And on that note, I actually have 3 of my 4 children also working with me now with this company, and just goes to show you how we believe in the company and in the products. Next, we have Julie Lancedo, who is a family nurse practitioner, board certified. She is a U.S. Air Force veteran. Thank you for your service, Julie. She has won multiple awards and challenges between our TLS weight loss program as Coach of the Year, Trainer of the Year, top retailer, and she's been with the company also for many years. She's also a body pump instructor, so into health and wellness and fitness. So thank you, you 3 ladies, for joining. Next, we have Dr. Kasha Kynes. Dr. Kasha is a doctor of clinical nutrition. She's the CEO and founder of EBV Global Institute, an author, a wellness expert, and highly respected in her field of nutrition. You can see she's got quite a lot of letters after her name as well. She has built an international reputation as a functional nutritionist, and definitely includes treating the whole body spiritually as well as physically. She has been with this company since 2009, and she's won Health Professional of the Year for this company twice. When she's not working, Dr. Kynes is probably out in the field with her wild Mustang mare, which you might see her in her car now because she's out near the stable. So thank you for joining us. And last but definitely not least is Dr. Harvey Kitzman, who I've had the pleasure of knowing for a very many number of years since I've been working with this company. Dr. Harvey has his PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology. He's also got his MBA. He is owner and founder of Health by Harvey, a certified nutrimetrics consultant, and he spends a good amount of his time, in addition to teaching as a professor, helping implement customized wellness solutions in practices. And he's also a multiple challenge winner with this company. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us. And I hope that those of you that are joining us on Zoom and on Facebook enjoy the segment that we're going to bring to you. Before we go into, of course, any of our products, we do abide by the FDA. And so the statements in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Our products we all use to help support the body system, to help give the body the extra nutrients that it might need to function optimally. Because I think we're all believers in the fact that, you know, the body is an amazing machine if we give it the tools that it needs to function optimally. And that's what these products do, is offer that support to supplement that healthy lifestyle. So where does that healthy lifestyle begin? Well, I think it's always food first, right? It's making sure you're eating a good, healthy diet, getting a good night's sleep, drinking enough water, managing your stress, getting your exercise, all of those lifestyle choices, and then filling in with supplementation where you might need that extra support. And I believe it's never too early or too late to start taking care of your health. You can always make changes to improve the quality of your life. And I believe that doing that often works best when you take small little steps at a time, because if you try to do too much at once, a lot of times that's a little overwhelming. But making some small changes in your lifestyle can really be beneficial. And supplementation can be very beneficial. In my opinion, it's really a requirement, because I really believe that our diet, although I'm always food first, doesn't always give us all of those essential vitamins and minerals that we need on a daily basis. There are certain phytonutrients that are difficult to get from food, and supplementation helps give our body that extra support, as I mentioned. Things like increased energy, promoting joint comfort, skin health, maintaining cardiovascular health, maintaining sleep and stress. Those are important components of adding into our lifestyle. And that's where supplementation really comes in to play a role. And I think as you hear from the other health professionals that have joined me tonight, you'll see that they are in agreement as well. I think most individuals do believe in the need to supplement. In fact, 4 out of 5 Americans use a dietary supplement, and continues to be on the rise. But when we're talking about supplementation, I don't believe they're all created equal. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're all here working with this company for as many years as we all are, because of the fact that this company really has a tremendous commitment to quality control. So they look at science, they look at the studies, they look to see what people want, they look to see what people need, but they identify through the science what products or what ingredients might be beneficial. All of our raw ingredients come with a certificate of analysis, which means they're tested for potency, for purity. They're based formulations on science. A lot of the raw ingredients are those that are actually studied and researched. And then if the study shows that we need a certain amount, if they say we need 6 milligrams of this active ingredient to be beneficial, then this company will actually put in 6 milligrams of that active ingredient. And then our products are manufactured in facilities that are all certified, good manufacturing plants, so they follow a certain protocol. And then in addition to the quality trademarked ingredients that we often use, or the ingredients that were clinically studied, we also look past the manufacturer to the delivery system. And that's really important as well. So we have different types of delivery systems depending on the active ingredients and the best way to get those in the most bioavailable form. And you'll hear that as we go through the presentation tonight. So again, tremendous commitment to quality, that we have the best ingredients with the best formulations backed by science, and we're always changing. When new science comes out, we will actually reformulate these products if necessary. And I've been here for 17 years and I've seen it happen, and it's still in the process and continuing to change and evolve as new science comes out. So there's our foundation. We're here to talk about stress. What exactly is stress? Well, a person's perception that what they are facing exceeds their adaptive capacity and that their well-being is threatened. Stress throws the whole body out of balance with itself and with its environment. That's what we call distress. You know, when we're reacting in a negative way where it becomes overwhelming. Eustress is actually a good stress on the body, but stress is still stress, and we need to be able to balance. And that's what it's all about. We can't eliminate the stress completely. I don't know anybody that can actually say, Tamara, I don't have any stress in my life. I don't know. Do any of you shake a head? Yes, no, you can put it in the chat or in the comments. I think I've met one person over the years who actually said, yeah, I have no stress. And I did a training recently where there was a gentleman in the room said, I have no stress. And I find that really hard to believe, because good stress, bad stress, I think we all do have some stress. We can't eliminate it, but maybe we could change the way we perceive it, or maybe we can change the way we react to it and handle it and give our body extra support, maybe through some of those lifestyle changes. So I wanted to talk about neurotransmitters for a moment, because keeping them in balance is really beneficial. It has a tremendous impact on our overall perception of stress and mood. And so neurotransmitters, things like dopamine and serotonin, they're recognized as what we call our happy hormones because they produce a positive emotion. Dopamine is considered the pleasure center. Serotonin, happy, feel good. So they work together to provide the body with a chemical balance. And serotonin with dopamine or adrenaline, they're produced in the gut. And so we also need to think about the health of the gut, because that's a key determinant of the health of the brain, right? There's this gut-brain connection. And although we're not going into the details of that this evening, I do like to mention that because I do think it is really important. That stems back to eating that healthy diet, right? Cutting out the sugars and the processed foods and eating the good, healthy things and keeping a good, healthy gut with some other potential supplements. Stress hormones, other factors really can impact one's overall health and the levels of the neurotransmitters in the brain. And so thinking about mental emotional balance, we're thinking about hormones and we're thinking about neurotransmitters. Some are excitatory, some are inhibitory, but they modulate or they can inhibit chemical messages from one neuron to another. And hormones or neurotransmitters can actually regulate or carry out specific functions in the central nervous system. So when we have fluctuations of hormones, of neurotransmitters, or imbalances in those, and we have stressors, we living a busy lifestyle, we're all on the run, all of these situations can really influence your emotions. And not only for adults, but in children as well. And mood is not necessarily as simple as feeling sad. It can actually affect things like your memory, your focus, your energy, your ability to sleep at night. In fact, stress is one of the number one reasons why people don't get a good night's sleep, because they have too much on their mind is racing. So mental performance, this dictates and impacts your stress, your sleep, your concentration. There is a number of studies that would have been done on saffron. So we're going to talk a little bit of safranol, which has been shown to be a significant contributor for mental health benefits. In fact, that there's been studies that have been done that show that it affects the promotion or transmission of serotonin. And I bring this up in the study here, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, saffron for mood improvement in children and adolescents, because that's leading us into the first product that we're going to talk about, which actually has saffron in it as one of the primary ingredients. And I absolutely love this product. I was very excited when this product was launched not that long ago. This is our mental emotional balance. And this has some select ingredients, one of them being saffron, which I'll share a little bit more information about. Certain select ingredients that work synergistically to support a healthy nervous system, support mental focus. You know, we talked about the hormones as well as the neurotransmitters. So our state of mind is affected by the hormones and the different amounts of neurotransmitters, as I had mentioned. Fluctuations really can impact behavior and the levels of those neurotransmitters that help to regulate the mood and the attention. So when we don't have a healthy balance, we actually find it more difficult to support our emotional well-being, especially when we're in stressful situations. So changes we see in mental clarity and memory, perception of our day-to-day stressors. And so there have been studies, as I mentioned, that were done on saffron that have been done even in children that show that teens who supplemented with saffron found that they may help maintain healthy emotional wellness in stressful situations and had a supported feeling of ease. And these studies that we're looking at here that were done showed that saffron at 30 milligrams, what was beneficial in those studies. And so that's what we have. We actually have the clinically studied saffron and of course in the correct amount of 30 milligrams of what was studied. So saffron, as I mentioned, may help support normal levels of serotonin, production and release of dopamine. It's been associated with memory, emotional health, energy, both in children and adults. And so it's been found to promote focus in children. And this is actually a product, one of the few products, because we do have a children's line, but this is one of the few products in this presentation that's actually appropriate for teenagers. So it's actually labeled 12 and up on the label. In addition to saffron, there's GABA in here. GABA is that neurotransmitter that it's actually produced in the brain and the body, and it is considered the main neurotransmitter for relaxation. It's known for relaxation and calm. That's what GABA is known for. And because of that, it's been associated with quality sleep, emotional balance, healthy mood, maintaining emotional wellness. And so healthy levels of GABA are really crucial for healthy strategies for relaxation, and not only for relaxation and calm, but also for learning and memory. So saffron, GABA, and the third ingredient in this product is magnesium. And magnesium is one of those minerals that's responsible for over 300 enzymatic reactions in our body. It's a really important mineral, and it's actually one that is often found to be deficient in many individuals. It has so many different health benefits, but it's in here because it's known as the relaxation mineral. And it promotes healthy neurotransmitter and synaptic function. So relaxation, energy production, sleep regulation. We're going to circle back around to magnesium toward later on in this presentation. But the specific magnesium in this particular product is magnesium bisglycinate, which is actually the most prevalent in the body, and it's known to be more easily absorbed by the body. It has more bioavailability and solubility. And the focus here is on brain health and mental emotional well-being. So as you can see, many different health benefits. I'm not going to go through and read every single bullet point, but really the primary ingredients with the saffron, the GABA, and the magnesium bisglycinate really help to support a healthy emotional disposition, and especially when we're in stressful situations, helping support calmness and a feeling of ease, normal serotonin levels, learning, memory, and sleep. Just an absolutely amazing product. It's one that I've been using since it was launched, and people have been giving me great feedback. We've been using that even in my own household because I have a few teenagers and young adults in their early 20s who really have benefited from this particular product. But I want to introduce again and bring back Dr. Penny, because Dr. Penny, I know this is one of the products that you use quite frequently, and you actually recommend it quite a bit in your practice. Can you please join and share a little information on this product and your thoughts on it?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. We love mental emotional balance in my practice. I take it, my staff takes it, our whole houses pretty much take it. But I love it because I treat adolescents and adults. So my practice is 12 and up, so this is the perfect product for us. And what I love is I get my kids as they're starting to go through some hormone changes, and maybe they're a little bit moody with mom and dad, and they're hitting middle school and high school, and they're getting some stressors from that. It's exam time, different things for the younger population. And then kind of my younger adults love it. I have two daughters that recently had babies, and, just kind of the stress of being new moms, and got them on this very quickly and helped support them through that transition of this hormone roller coaster that comes with being a new mom. Helps with the sleep. I just can't say enough about why we love mental emotional balance. And then for my folks that are going through the other end of the hormone spectrum, the menopause and the menopause, it's really good as we start to age, because we hit that second, hormone roller coaster. And so it kind of helps keep us on track. It kind of helps the body be able to maintain itself through these both acute stress situations without having to, worry our way through it so much. So it really just kind of helps keep the system balanced, hence mental and emotional balance.
I love that. Thank you so much. It's true. And I do think, with the cycle of the hormones, especially, we do see changes, especially with GABA as the progesterone levels drop. GABA levels tend to drop as progesterone goes up, the GABA levels tend to go up. And so this is just a wonderful product to consider. I think, as you said, definitely for those individuals ages 12 or older, but for those individuals with those fluctuations in hormones or during cycles as well. So happy this product is available for us in our field. And by the way, all of the products, when you go to our website, if you're a guest joining us tonight, thank you for joining us first and foremost. But if you go to the website of the person that invited you here, all of the information that we're sharing with you on the slides will be available for you for the most part on the website as well, in terms of the ingredients and the benefits. And there's a frequently asked question component too. So thank you, Dr. Penny. The next product that I wanted to share with our topic of stress awareness, of course, is our Bliss anti-stress formula. Bliss is a fantastic product that uses high potency adaptogens. Adaptogens are herbs or botanicals that we use in synergy together to help manage the impact of stress, help the body to deal with stressful situations. They have a normalizing effect on the body, bringing it back to a place of balance and supporting the adrenals, right? Our adrenals secrete cortisol levels, and when we're under a tremendous amount of stress, that affects our cortisol levels. So this helps to support the adrenals and support healthy cortisol levels. I often get asked, how is this different from the mental emotional balance? And the way I like to describe it is, the Bliss is more for the stress from the outside world, for the things coming at us that we don't have as much control over on our day-to-day basis, where the mental emotional balance, is more from the internal side, more to help balancing out the neurotransmitters, your serotonin, your dopamine, your GABA, healthy hormone balancing and things like that. So they can be used together. In most circumstances, I've been having great results using the Bliss in the morning and the mental emotional balance at night. And I'm happy to have any of you that are using these weigh in on that as well. But that seems to be working well. The ingredients in our Bliss, we have a number of different botanicals in here, ashwagandha being one of the first. We have L-theanine, rhodiola, passion flower, bacopa monnieri, and Siberian ginseng. And these all really work synergistically together, of course, to help with the relaxation effect. But it's an alert calm. This is not something that makes you drowsy or sleepy. It's an alert calm feeling. And that's why I often will use this one in the morning and the mental emotional balance in the evening. Again, all of the ingredients in great detail are on the website. I did want to highlight them all for you. So this is again, a product that helps you to adapt to stress, to help stabilize your response to stress, those things that are coming at you. This is something that can be taken on an as needed basis or a daily basis. The mental emotional balance, personal preference. I don't know, Dr. Penny, you can chime in for the mental emotional balance. Is that something you typically recommend on a daily basis?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that one would be more daily. I would agree with that, where the bliss can absolutely be taken every day, but it also can be taken on an as needed basis, because it does help to enhance and stabilize mood. Again, relaxation without that drowsy component, and helps to support the adrenal and maintain normal thyroid function. So I absolutely love our Bliss product. I'm going to actually ask Dr. Kynes to jump in here, because I know this is a product that you've been using for a good many years, and we chatted a little bit. So please share some of your wisdom.
Okay, can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
I don't see myself here, so just making sure that everybody can see me. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in the car, I'm sorry. Yes, Bliss. Oh my goodness. My story with Bliss started with my patients many years ago who started to use it. And then they would report to me, it's like, what is this Bliss? I have to look at it. And then I was on it for many years. I'm still on, upgrade. I'm on Act, which is Bliss with extra benefits. But I remember, my life was very stressful. I remember being behind ordering at some point, and my adrenals hurt. It was crazy. And the nice thing is, it's I feel like my professional personal opinion is that every person needs a combo of adaptogenic herbs, and this particular formulation hits the spot. It really does. Every single, I mean, I'm partial, but I can say that I've worked with different companies and supplements for almost 20 years, and there's nothing like Bliss, even though every company has their formulations of adaptogenic herbs. Just the combination, the way it's formulated, it just hits the spot. And the stories are the funniest stories, like you said, the perception of the stress and being able to disengage. I have two funniest stories of two very stressed lawyers, like two different stories, but both were lawyers, and they would make the same comments like, I don't know why I didn't snap on that particular client. I should have. But I shrugged my shoulders, walked away, and like, what's up with this? It's got to be Bliss because I can't understand it. So anyway, we people don't realize the amount of stress we have. We're not designed for. We can have 15 minutes of acute stress, but for this, we need 3 times as long to repose and bring the balance to 0. So it's a ratio 1-3. And adaptogenic herbs, the combinations we have in this formulation, these are ancient, some of the ancient Asian, Indian herbs that have been around for thousands of years, probably. The nice thing about adaptogenic herbs is that adrenals will use as much or as little of them. And it's basically the message, okay, the wolf is not chasing after you. You're not going to die. You're not in danger. You can kind of relax and stop pumping the cortisol or adrenaline. That's basically what adaptogens do. So like you said, you're not drowsy, you can drive, but it just provides that buffer that we don't have in our lives, especially women. There's just so much stress coming out. We're not designed to this kind of lifestyle. So I would say everybody needs it. I work with mostly women, and whatever I can bring to cut off that stress response. Stress kills. The cortisol adrenals are very detrimental. Like you mentioned, there is so much havoc in the body. Doesn't matter how trained you are, how amazing you are. So I just don't want the viewers to think that, I'm strong, I can do this. It doesn't matter. We really need this gentle support. It just hits the spot. It's just Little Bliss. It's a perfect name. That's all I can say.
I love that. It just hits the spot, a little bliss.
does.
I love
It
it. That's
does. It
great.
does.
Thank you so
Mhm.
much for sharing your story. So as you can see, we're products of these products. We personally use them and
Oh
take
yeah.
them ourselves, as Penny said too, she uses it in her own household. Dr. Kynes uses it. We are products of these products, and that's why we're here sharing our stories with you. And that's why we've been around with this company for as long as we all have, many, many years, as you've heard. The next product that I really wanted to share with you is another wonderful product that's a newer product in our line, and that's our Myco Adapt. And this is a product based on mushrooms, and mushrooms have been around for a very long time and have been used for a very long time for their beta glucans, or their polysaccharides, as we call them. Those come from things like mushrooms and yeast and so forth, and they have natural antioxidant properties and other bioactive compounds. But there's a blend in here that we're going to talk about in a minute that work together synergistically for healthy gut biome linked to cognitive health. Remember, I mentioned that gut-brain connection, but also a healthy stress response. So mushrooms have been around, as I said, for centuries, used to help remain our bodies in a steady state or a balanced state. They have some adaptogenic properties to them as well. And we just talked about the benefits of adaptogens, and you heard Dr. Kynes talking about the adaptogens and bringing that body back to balance and promoting that harmony. What I want you to know, because I know there's a lot of mushroom products out in the market, many of them are coffee type of mushrooms. Ours is a neutral flavor. It is not coffee flavor. It has a teeny bit of a mushroom flavor, but it's very, very mild. So it is neutral powder that you can add into any type of liquid, hot or cold, that you want. You could sprinkle it on your food if you choose. My son likes to put it on his chicken as part of his flavoring, or we use it in our shakes. But I want you to know, so it's a neutral flavor, and it's also grown differently than many of the other mushroom products out in the market. Many of the mushroom products on the market are grown on what's called a mycelated grain. And in the process of growing those mushrooms, it actually pulls up the carbohydrates. The mushrooms in this product are wild. They're grown in the wild. So that's a real nice benefit, not to have them be, grown on that mycelated grain, and also having that neutral taste. So this is a product that has a tri-blend of mushrooms along with astragalus root, which is an adaptogen, basically. So I'm going to bring Dr. Harvey on in a moment, but basically the lion's mane promotes neurologic health. The turkey tail mushroom has an affinity to promote immune health and support digestive health. The cordyceps mushroom is often used to support blood flow and aerobic capacity. In fact, I mentioned my boys, they're big working out in the gym. They're competitive bodybuilders, and a lot of them like using this particular product for blood flow and aerobic capacity. So these four ingredients is all that's in here. There's no other added ingredients, and again, wildly grown. So a great source of this fungal polysaccharide, which has been shown to support immune health, energy, endurance, blood flow, digestive health, cognitive and neurologic health with the lion's mane, healthy stress response because we have the adaptogenic properties, and of course has some antioxidant properties. And I'm going to invite Dr. Harvey to join me to share some information on the Myco Adapt. And I know this is one of your favorites as well.
Yes, thank you for the invitation, Tamara. Speaking for myself, I know once I saw that we had this product, I was very excited about it, because in my experience with working with a number of different practices, I've been fortunate that I've worked with some Chinese medicine practitioners and some acupuncturists that have used these particular products. Excuse me. And in doing so, I read, I've been reading over the years a lot about mushrooms and what they can do. And as a biochemist, I love to get in the weeds of all these biochemical pathways. Yes, I know I'm one of those weird guys that likes biochemical pathways. I like to get in the weeds with all that stuff and say, oh, we put this over here, it'll do this, and this will, do this, and just figuring out all the different compounds that are in this. And so when we got this, I started taking this like immediately. I think I made an order that day once it went online. So I've been taking this now. Well, what's it been out about a year or two, something, a couple of years, something like that.
Yeah.
Time is so irrelevant now because it was in during COVID and all this. So, but it's been around for a couple of years. And the things that I like best about this are, essentially what Tamara said. In starting off with the probiotics and the gut health, I would be remiss if I did not quote Dr. D in that the road to health is paved with good intestines. I love that. I've used that so many times. I wish I'd came up with it, but she's absolutely right on that. The gut brain connection with all that. So obviously the probiotics component of this will help to maintain good gut health. And also, let's see, which one of these is also a prebiotics as well. So it'll also help maintain the balance of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. With respect to that, obviously the astragalus 2 being an adaptogen, knowing what adaptogens do, and having had much experience with Bliss, I know that we know our adaptogens. So I'm like, okay, let's get into this as well. And then also with respect to this, there's a lot of antioxidant components within these mushrooms that can help maintain blood flow to the brain and also help with cognitive health. So I know for myself, just speaking for myself and using this, I'm looking to boost all of those cognitive health and definitely looking to deal with the good gut health and maintaining a healthy biome. Because again, the more I've read about probiotics and prebiotics and all that and how it works together, the more fascinating it becomes, because there's a lot we don't know, but we do know that it works. So with respect to stress, I would say those are all the reasons why I use this product and why I definitely recommend this. Like I said, I've been taking this now pretty much since it's been out. So I do enjoy it, and like I said, take it every day.
Fantastic. And again, we use it in my household too, and it could be mixed in just about anything, a beverage or even into your food. You can cook with it. So I love it. I was very excited when this product was launched too. In fact, I think I have it right here, even on my desk, because I often will actually mix it in my coffee.
I mix it together in the morning. I take our fiber and I mix the two of them together. That's how I take it.
Fantastic. Shakes, anything you like. I love it. The next product that I wanted to share is a product that has hemp. So let's talk about hemp for a moment. Hemp is a distinct plant in the cannabis genus. It's specifically grown and bred for its industrial uses for fiber, protein, the oil of the plant, which I'm not sure, it's important to think about where it comes from, but it is different from the marijuana plant, which contains much higher levels of THC. The hemp plant does have some small levels of THC, and we do abide, of course, by all the rules and regulations. So what I do tell people, because of the fact that it does have a minute amount, I think it's 0.03%. I see Dr. Penny shaking her head. It is fine. You don't have any benefits. And that's what I love about this company, is we have so many options here. But so cannabiquin, really, this is a product that uses the entire hemp plant. It's all the phytocannabinoids and compounds found in the original hemp plant. So it gives you the full spectrum health benefits. A lot of the other companies will use certain parts of the plant. They don't use the whole entire plant and all the oil in it. And so you don't get quite all the health benefits. Some of the parts of the plant have a greater affinity for supporting digestive health, some musculoskeletal health, some stress and sleep. And so we use all of them. And I think that is something that makes us unique and different. In addition to the full spectrum hemp, we also have another trademarked ingredient in here called thymoquin, which is black cumin seed. And this is a fantastic antioxidant that's both fat and water soluble. And so there's fantastic antioxidant benefits. And we know antioxidants in general have a effect on helping support cardiovascular health, as well as mental well-being benefits to it. And so they've paired the thymoquin with the full spectrum hemp in this product. Really, they work fantastic synergistically together. You can see there's a tremendous amount of benefits in addition to the support for, feeling of calmness and supporting the reaction for stress. You can see there's cardiovascular benefits for helping maintain normal levels of triglyceride, cholesterol, LDL, and blood glucose, healthy normal bronchodilation or opening up of the airways, healthy weight, physical and mental comfort, gastric tone. As I mentioned, we use the whole plant, so we get all of these various benefits in here. And of course, powerful antioxidant. And this is a product that I asked Dr. Laura Hamilton to join in on because it's one of the products that she uses quite frequently in her practice with her patients. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Laura. Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
So I got so involved in thinking about that, I just totally forgot to turn myself on. So, so thank you for allowing me to do this. It's wonderful, and I have to talk a little bit, I think, about the benefits of being part of this company. And that is that, as we've seen through all of the products before, the thoughtful combinations, the way that these products are put together are so incredibly thoughtful and so beneficial. It's always amazing to me, and that we're always a step ahead. Now we've seen so many, we were just talking about the mushroom coffees and all those things. Well, we had this 2 years before. It's a better product. It's grown properly. It has a higher quality. And, we started looking at things like this, and I was really excited about it. And when Cannabiquin and Cannabicool came out that year at convention, my mind was completely blown. So talking about, I had been learning a lot about that. And when we came out with a full spectrum product, I knew immediately how far ahead we were. We were way ahead of that curve. We understand the benefit of that full spectrum CBD, of all those minor CBDs, and you're getting the CBG, the CBNs, all of those things that have such amazing benefit, as well as the terpenoids and all of the other benefits of the cannabis. So it really is amazing to me. Black cumin seed extract is like the pycnogenol of the fat soluble world. It's such a powerful antioxidant. All of that, putting them together just makes so much sense. And it's really, it's just such an elegant combination that it's just perfection. So, Cannabiquin is an amazing benefit for anyone with any kind of stress issue. In fact, there's not anybody that I can think of that doesn't benefit in some way from this. Dr. Nancy Ely, she taught me long ago how much benefit it was for her. So it's a nighttime dose for me, because I think it really helps me to clear my mind. For my patients, I find that actually, when I came back from that convention, when that segment was over, when Cannabiquin was introduced, I got up, I left the Coliseum, I Ubered my way back to my hotel. I got on my back office and I ordered as much of it as I could. So I wanted it to be there when I got home, so I would be able to bring it to my patients. But I partner with a physical therapist just down the street, and So he agreed to try some in his practice. And so probably half of my clients that use cannabiquin on a regular basis come from that practice. So his physical therapy patients really see benefit, and they really have been, once they take it for a period of time, they really feel like it has tremendous benefit. So we should talk a little bit about that, because the endocannabinoid system is unique in the body. And so cannabiquin and has a little bit different effect. And you need to turn that system on in order for it to fully see benefit. So you've got to turn that system on, get those receptors saturated throughout the body. You have cannabis receptors, CBD receptors in every tissue in the body. It's a little like vitamin D. Every tissue in the body has receptor. So you need to, it takes some time to turn those receptors on to get them fully functioning and see the full benefit. So it's something that's better taken on a regular basis, and you really start to see benefit probably after that second or third week of taking it. You really got everything turned on, the body is sensitized to it, and it really starts to, you really see increased benefit over that time. So unlike many other things that you take them for a long time and they work less well than they did in the beginning, I think that this is a product that actually does the opposite. As you take it on a regular basis, you see increased benefit over time. It's not sedating, so it's not going to make you sleepy. There's no reason why you can't take it during the day, but it really does help to sort of calm things down and let you relax and release from the day's worries and stress, and helps to keep you, I'm certain my staff would say it helps to keep me a little more focused and a little easier to work with during the day as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that wonderful information. And that's a great point. I always learn new things all the time. And so what you just shared about taking it for a longer period of time actually increased, that was some new information for me as well. So thank you for sharing. That's, again, time of day, either or, but for Dr. Hamilton, she prefers to take hers in the evening. And the last product that we wanted to share, and definitely not the least, is our Isotonics Magnesium. Now, the other products that you've seen have come in different forms. They're typically in a capsule type form. Our products in general don't have binders or fillers, but this is a unique delivery system called Isotonics, which is a powder when you mix with water, forms a solution that's very similar to the fluids in your body. So your blood, your plasma, which naturally has some minerals and some sugar floating around. And so these are very similar to those body fluids. And so when you drink them, you have a much higher bioavailability of the nutrients, upward of 95% bioavailability. Now, what you absorb depends on the health of your gut, of course, but we need the nutrients available. And that's why I love the fact that we have different delivery systems based on the active ingredients. There are some things we can't suspend in an isotonic state. Things like the botanicals, we often have to put in a capsule or a pill form because they would just either taste too bad, smell too bad, or we need too much in quantity that we couldn't possibly drink them in an isotonics. But our magnesium is in this particular delivery system, and it's one of my favorites. Magnesium, we talked a little bit about before, that it is so important. It's required for almost 300 enzymatic reactions in our body. It supports muscle development and movement, transmission of nerve impulses to the muscles, and it is probably, as I had mentioned before, one of the most common nutrient deficiencies. Lifestyle depletes magnesium, as well as lack of having enough in our food supply. So again, we have this in the isotonic delivery system. So it offers a highly bioavailable formula. We have two different types of magnesium in here. We have magnesium glycinate. You heard the magnesium bisglycinate in the other formula. The glycinate is one of the formulas that we know tends to be more highly bioavailable than some of the others. So it's glycinate as well as magnesium citrate in here, which increase the absorption by the body. Inadequate levels of magnesium. We know there's a tremendous issue with deficiency, been linked to poor concentration, memory, cognitive function, and muscle discomfort. Sleep quality is associated with higher levels of magnesium. So when the levels are low, sleep quality may suffer. Magnesium may help maintain normal blood pressure, support bone health, sleep quality, while promoting head comfort and optimal muscle health as well. So many benefits to magnesium that it is one product that I feel is essential to take on a daily basis, not only to promote head comfort, to promote optimal health of the muscle and comfort of the muscle, blood sugar, sleep quality, cardiovascular health, cognitive health. Really just one of those things, again, in my opinion, is an essential. It's one that I take every day. My family takes it on a daily basis. It is recommended that we take it in a split dose. So typically it's 1 cap of magnesium in the morning and the second cap of magnesium at night. Now the little cap of magnesium mixed with a powder with 2 ounces of water. You can mix various isotonics together. You just have to adjust it accordingly to the number of servings, so you have the right amount of water. But a split dose is really what's recommended. And I'd like to invite Julie to join me to chat a little bit, because I know this is one of your favorites that you take today as well.
Thanks for inviting me, Tamara. And I think we can all appreciate that stress is a topic, is an issue from hearing from everyone. And after listening to everyone else, I now need to place an order for every product that we just talked about because I'm like, oh my God, I need them all. And plus I was thinking of my clients who I know need mental emotional balance. So thank you for sharing that, Dr. Penny. Reminding me. But so for all the things Tamara said, I mean, it's the 4th most abundant nutrient in our body, or mineral in our body, all the things that it helps with. But I'm going to kind of start with myself a little bit, because I think most of our journeys of using supplementation or recommending supplementation starts with us, ourselves. And I'm one who dealt with head comfort issues. Like I was probably birthed with a head comfort issue, literally. And I was never recommended magnesium ever until I was introduced to Nutrimetrics and Market America, and when the product came out in an isotonic formulation. And I have to say, I love isotonic formulation. I was made for that because my digestive system doesn't absorb, break down things as readily. And so isotonics, when I was introduced to that formulation, was very life-changing to me overall, just the supplementation. But then when I started magnesium, and really the reason I started it was because I wanted to see what it tasted like. Because I think most of us think, especially those of us who use supplementation, like I already take a lot of supplementation. I think I do pretty good, but we don't really know what we don't know. And I ordered this to try the taste of it. And during that month when I was using it, and I was like, oh my God, I started doing a little bit more research on it. And I literally became the hugest advocate of magnesium. It's everywhere. We use it in our household. My whole family uses it. All my friends use it. The clinic, everything is magnesium. But I also see that a lot of people who have if you want to call the side effects of stress, or the things that we get from stress. And so in just like a regular intake, when I do at my clinic, or really the health survey that we have available in our unfranchise, I mean, some of the common questions that we ask every day is like, are you sleeping? and again, since we already agree, I think that stress is a huge topic. A lot of people are saying they're having sleep issues. I just go down the list. Are you having any muscle health issues? That's a very big topic of yes. Are people having, like I said, the head comfort, the stress issues? And a lot of times when people are heavily stressed, they're having issues with sleep, they're having issues with just overall head comfort, muscle concerns, all of those things. And that also, to me, that's one supplement that I can use to hit so many different areas. Because sometimes I don't want to put people on a lot of things. It's like, what is the one powerhouse supplement that I can use that literally can hit stress and all of the things that physically we kind of acquire from that stress? And it's magnesium. And so I'm a huge advocate of that. Actually, today I had a client in the clinic that we started them on this. And so it's just one of my biggest supplements that we can use all the way around. I take it both morning and bedtime. Personally, I split my doses, and you can, like as the Tamara said, like 1 cap morning, 1 cap nighttime, but we do kind of go by bowel tolerance. That there are some people who need a higher demand of magnesium. I am one of them. So what I take for magnesium might be very different from what Tamara takes. So you could start with the standard 1 cap in the morning, 1 cap in the evening. But then if you can kind of go to where your bowels are tolerating that, and that's when you start to see improvement. So I'm a big advocate of the magnesium and a big advocate of the isotonic formulation. And I think it very much complements all of what you guys talked about of the other supplements, especially like I said, the mental emotional balance. I just have a client in my head. I'm like, oh, I got to go. I have to get a hold of them. They need to be on that one. So they complement themselves all very well.
Yeah. And that's one wonderful thing too, is that we have so much to choose from. So we can mix and match, and we can really meet the needs of so many different individuals. But of course, you know, supplements are amazing, and I am so grateful that we have them, but we do have to manage stress through what we call hygiene, right? Taking a break from those stressors, making sure you get some exercise, you know, yoga, meditation, deep breathing, go out and take a nice long walk, go to see a funny movie, spend some time with your friends and laugh, you know, find some time to make for yourself for relaxation, eating your healthy diet, your low glycemic, cutting out the sugars, the processed foods, staying hydrated is really important. And of course, supplementing with the essential nutrients that we need, the extra adaptogens, the botanicals and the herbs that we need. All of these things are important when we're talking about, you know, diet and lifestyle. I just want to share with you that there is an opportunity that we have quizzes and questionnaires available. So if you're not sure, you can always take one of these quizzes and questionnaires. And if you're a guest that was invited to join, I would love for you to ask the person that invited you to share the quiz or the questionnaire with you so that you can take it. We have something called the Nutri-Physical, and there's 8 separate quizzes on here, but there's a quiz on sleep and a quiz on stress. There's a quiz on cardiovascular health and cognitive health. Then we have our TLS weight loss quiz that you can take as well, which will give you the information for you to have a platform to run on to live that healthy lifestyle in terms of your food choices, right? You're cutting out the sugars and the fat, the processed foods and so forth. So you can use these questionnaires. And of course, you want to be beautiful on the outside as on the inside. I did want to mention that we do have a custom skincare quiz. When you receive products in the mail from the company, there's a little card in here. I want you to take note of that card in your box, because you actually can take that card and scan the QR code, and that will take you right to the Nutri-Physical or right to the weight loss profile. If you're a health professional, it will take you to the Nutrimetrics health professional website where we shop. And if you're not, it will take to the shop.com, the weight loss profile and the skin profile as well. So great tools and resources to help figure out what products, what programs are best to run on. This is a quarterly session that we're running here, and we're going to be offering these trainings, these Zooms, different sessions by different of those leaders in the field. So tonight was on stress awareness. In 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to have the next topic, which is Best Me in 23. Then Boost Your Detox. Dr. Harvey was talking about gut health. That's going to be Dr. Mason, and she's going to be hitting on some of those topics. We have Jason Pellin, who's going to be talking about our web solution, product and services, Lee Rader with skincare, and back to health and nutrition. So again, 2 weeks is the next session. Stay tuned. Best Me in 23 with Lisa Martin, who's our Motives Director of Field Development. That's on April 26th. And you can find this information if you're a business owner with us on your unfranchised.com homepage. Just scroll all the way down to the bottom, click on the flyer. If you want to watch the replays for these, you can click on the replay down there and it will bring you to the YouTube video. There will be links available if you want to share them out. If you're a guest, you can request that link be shared with you by the person that invited you. And of course, through our social media, through Facebook, and so forth. There's video clips and various information. So with that, I want to thank all of my guests tonight. Thank you so much to everyone for joining. I really appreciate your time and you sharing all your expert information. For those of you that joined us on Zoom and on Facebook, again, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. Hope you can come back in 2 weeks and visit for the next segment with Lisa Martin. I want to thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Stay healthy and live a healthy lifestyle and learn how to manage that stress.